Hey, beautiful humans. How are we all doing? How is everyone right now? This is a reading, tracking, and checking in with what is coming toward us, what is coming more specifically toward you, so that you can be aware of, oh, hey, I got this in my alignment. Let's see about it. Let me see and expect it kind of vibes, or let me get ready for it or prepared for it, or this might even be a reading that gives you a whole lot of confirmation. But welcome if you're new here. I'm Erica. This is a pick a card reading. So all I'm gonna need from you all is when I turn these cards over, you look at the card, maybe look at the number on the card, what it says, and then feel drawn to it. With your intuition, your psychic gifts, your clairvoyant awareness, anything and everything. Also, sometimes people like to use the numbers in the timestamps below because for whatever card, whatever group, I will assign, the timestamp. You know how this works on YouTube. Yeah, so go ahead and look at that, but feel drawn. And then once you got that, then head to that group. Group 1, we have be insightful and established and the number 49. Group 2, the number 38 and shedding the old. Group 3, the number 44, unexplained wonder. And group 4, the number 8 and keeping it in check. So do the thing now that we were just discussing that I'm pretty sure you already know how to do and I didn't have to discuss it so much. Trust the nudge, head to that timestamp, fast forward, and we'll see all about what is coming toward you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 1. You all were drawn to this card. It says be insightful and established. These are your messages about what is coming toward you. Intuitively, I'm getting an extremely generic message, and I'm meant to keep it like that until we get more details and more cards as I start to get your reading. But what I feel like that is coming toward you is in the now moment, something that will align with you and balance you for right now. And I'm hearing like things like balance your situation, balance like your energies, something like that. And it feels like it's something that's coming toward you that will harmonize well with you in that in the kind of a way of, yin and yang, like opposites or something like that. It feels like it's something that you are in a deficit for, or it also feels like, I got to get very specific. I mean, this is general, but I want to get specific with describing what this feels like. It feels like if you guys are in freaky outy mode about anything at all, what's coming toward you is something that is soothing. And if you guys are in soothed mode and you're like super peaceful, what's coming toward you is something that will inspire or maybe ignite. Something along those lines. But your card, it says ground and rebalance your energy. And I feel like that's the intention. That's what you're supposed to have awareness about for this. It says bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. There's something about how in a universal alignment kind of a way, this is coming to be provided for you at this moment in time. And or this is something that you're grasping at because for you in the now moment to be kind of like a quality member of society or be healthy and whole, and happy or whatever, you need this kind of balance. Like for the now moment, it's not talking about what's coming towards you is like your goals for the future or, recognition for something from the past. It just much more feels like in the now, group 1 needs more balance in their life. Let's secure it for them. But okay, let's see a little bit more specifically about what this is likely to be with your tarot cards. This one wants to be first for some reason. It's Knight of Discs and it is Empress. And then this third card is 5 of Wands. I do want to say that the energy that is approaching you and coming toward you is carrying the gift of nuance and skill when it comes to navigating challenges and conflict. It's giving me the vibes of kind of what HR departments in our workplaces are supposed to do and what they're supposed to support, whether or not they actively do fulfill those kinds of roles. They're supposed to be there to support more of like the quality of the work environment, to ensure certain standards are met that provide neutral space for everyone. Feels like that's what we're discussing here. I'm also getting the energy of an advocate, but it's an advocate for right now, maybe not necessarily for your future. This is still feeling so vague, so I'm going to get more tarot cards. We have the World card as well as High Priestess. And then we have Six of Cups. And right now my energy in channeling for you all just kind of took a turn. It feels like what's coming towards you will be there for a period of time to kind of right the wrongs in your energy for right now, to get you on a path where you can sort of solidify and own more in the future, I'm hearing. This is very, very strange. Okay, the energy, it just feels now with these like last three tarot cards, the energy felt like very low. And so then I feel like we're talking about some kind of area of your life where for a long period of time, you've actually needed some accountability. You've needed eyes on this. You have some kind of a situation that did occur in the past, with the Six of Cups, probably through family, probably in childhood, all those kinds of things, that is still kind of an unresolved issue or an unmet need. It is, I'm gathering that it is familial. It might be inner child work, but I feel like this is actually kind of, again, like your card that you were drawn to. This is much more of a like right here, right now, what genuinely was true for you when you were growing up, what was true for you in your childhood. When it comes to visiting these kinds of darker areas, with the High Priestess here, we need a whole lot more intuition involved, an incredible lot more amount of sensitivity. In a lot of ways, it's strange, but we do need what we would call more psychic or psychical kinds of awareness gifted to this. Literally in this area of your life, you truly do require some forms of spiritual assistance in all the kinds of ways. I don't know, something hasn't thoroughly grasped that yet. And so then with the World card here, you haven't been able to kind of like fully get along, fully get by, fully move on. You haven't been able to kind of process and move forward. And so then what is coming towards you, it feels like something that will gift you those kinds of quality of maybe a plan for right now we work slow and steady, Knight of Discs. And right now we work on our nurturing behavior. The Empress card is feeling like you're going to have some kind of support for you. Like, I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused about what specifically this is. We're just much more talking about what it will do for you, as well as, where you will be able to apply it. Where is right to that kind of unmet need, or let's just call it like it is, a raw wound that really needs to be looked at. I feel like the energy coming toward you is getting you into a mode of behavior in a place or a space to where you can start to provide for you and accommodate through the world around you for more and more and more energies, gifts, sustenance, provisions, all that kind of stuff to go right to that wound, right to that place that you still need and it's still a priority for you. Maybe after all these years, And what's coming towards you, I feel like is going to show you, like teach you, support you. In a lot of ways with the Knight of Discs, it might be a slow approach to a better financial a better financial situation. Like when we're in better financial situations, our nervous system tends to calm down and we can approach things like at a slower pace and more securely. Knight of Discs is such a generous energy in the material world like that. And it also feels like there's a power in this of whatever this is going to be financially responsible, slow and steady, beneficial. Also building you up, that's Knight of Discs. We are building upward. It's like a path toward your finances that will be slow to approach, but will get you in a better position in the long run, and you'll constantly be stable while you're doing that. And then the Empress, there's also something about it's like you guys are getting into a new position at work or a new job or something like that, or you all are being supported for a period of time financially so that you can do so much more of that Empress kind of energy work and care for you. And because there's a child and a pregnancy, probably the others who you really, really love and really care about and who are reliant on you, dependent on you, feels like a better situation for you overall is what's coming towards you. And it definitely has that financial tone, but all this other shit wanted to come out as in like, this is the balance that you require in your life for right now, Okay. We have expansive, may you connect to the whole. That is what your reading really wanted to curiously come through with, is there's the whole of you. There's something from the past, like your card brought up. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or future. What's coming toward you is something that is allowing for that, so that in time you can go through these energies of what is still impacting you right now that is much more from your past. And as far as your future, it's being built up with this Knight of Discs in a far more beneficial tone. So the expansive thing is something about how what's coming toward you might be something like small or slow and steady, practical, but it carries all of this kind of larger, expansive energy to it. Present, may you sense each shiver of the surf. I feel like that is something that we were saying with the High Priestess and the support that you require. You require far more present energy, present support. Like people who are really, truly there. They hold space, you know? I just had a conversation like an hour ago with somebody about how so many times in our lives we can be provided with all these different kinds of solutions from outside of us, but if the solution isn't accurately addressing the problem, it isn't totally present in order to hold space for what the problem truly is, and therefore what it truly requires, those solutions are just gonna make matters worse. We also have enough. May you be exactly as you are. I feel like the tone of what is coming toward you carries that kind of energy of, no, you're not in the future. You also are not in the past. You're right here, right now. It is what it is. All we have is this now moment, and you look how you look. You have what you have, and you are who you are. No better, no worse. Like it's carrying that kind of a tone. And then we have accept. May you receive what is as it comes. Aren't these two energies very repeating? Like that's what we're talking about what's coming towards you is just kind of a more gentle approach in terms of a lot less judgment for, I want to say, the root causes of your problems as well as your daily experiences. I don't know, I feel like what's coming toward you again is something financial, something beneficial in that kind of a way, but it's also not like judging you for where you are not at this point in your life, you know? Does that make sense? Like it's not carrying the tone of like, oh, you should have been prepared with your 401k, or if you guys are in Australia, then it's superannuation, right? Like, you know, you guys should have had all this and this and this by this point in your life. Something about like, I am where I am. And that's like cool. And then we have the Rogue. I do want to look at the book for that card. But the second card we have is the Adventurer. I think that what is coming towards you suits who you are a whole lot more. I feel like saying something along the lines of, in terms of what your nervous system truly does require, because I think that for quite a few of you, group one, you all have been in circumstances or situations where you've been pushed by society or culture or people around you to kind of like do more than you even appropriately could. Like become the CEO of a company and a perfect, parent. Those two things are hard to really actually harmonize together in. And if not outright impossible without a whole fucking village. There's something in these two cards about how what's coming towards you is much more accurate for like, okay, how do I just do a simple thing of me and do that enough and do that well for right here, right now? It feels like in the past, you guys have gone out on limbs. You guys have gone rogue. You guys have taken on like, you know, heroism, or kind of like, then I will be the light of truth and I will be the activist, or I will take this on and I'll solve it kind of a thing. Rogue. I'm going to look at the book because I feel like there's something in it for us. The energy in the reading is very mysterious. I feel like I keep repeating, what's coming toward you? That's what we're tuning into. Group 1, I feel like this is something that you wouldn't know that you truly do want. Isn't that annoying? It's like your whole kind of system, especially nervous system, truly does want this. It wants a calm, slow, and steady, nurturing pace and you know, kind of functional existence in life right now. But I think like mentally, you've got a paradigm that is like leap of faith kind of energy. The Rogue, playful abundance, truths revealed. The Rogue is a misunderstood character. I don't really want to read this all out loud to you guys, so go ahead and screenshot it instead, because I feel like these words might have like a whole lot of resonance to quite a few of you. But yeah, these italicized words, unexpected expenses, sudden losses, and ironic occurrences are all part of the Rogue's way of revealing deeper truths that often go unnoticed. You guys have had some kind of an experience of, you know, black sheep kind of energy, scapegoated. You've had to be out on your own, like you were pushed to be like solo, independent, maybe poorly regarded, desperately misunderstood, very hypervigilant. I don't know. I feel like also you guys have had to play a role in terms of like honesty and truth telling, truth giving, truth sharing. I'm just channeling all of this. You guys have probably had to wear a whole lot of other people's projections on you. Triangulation, I'm hearing. A whole lot of that kind of stuff. You're used to doing the rogue and the adventurer. Probably a whole lot, and it probably had its financial impact for you guys. But here we go. This is something different, calmer, safer, soothed, progressive, slow, steady, appropriate. Okay, we have authenticity and we have dream sweet, sleep deep. The authenticity is who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. What is coming towards you is supporting more of you, like who you truly are, who you wholly are when you are held well in existence. You can show up to conflict a whole lot more as a result of this new kind of process with your finances that's coming to you. Also, there's a thing that's been going on, I think it's mostly on TikTok, because I'm on TikTok now, and there's something about how like the vibrational frequency of authenticity is the highest vibration. Like we thought it was love, and then we thought it was inner peace, but what it truly is authenticity or something like that. But again, there's something about what's coming towards you is just safe, slow, no harm for you. You can face the conflict, you can heal, you can take more time to heal, take more time to sensitize and go further in your spiritual or healing journeys and pursuits. And the dream sweet, sleep deep. You can rest well. You can become a more healthy, whole person, you know? You're safer in the material world. I do think it's interesting that this card shows this person in the doorway, which can either be like a protector, like a parent checking on their child that they're resting well and they feel safe in their room at night. Or, I mean, it can have the energy of what has been haunting you. Like we referred to something with the Six of Cups, something very much from your past, and your future doesn't really want to hold that anymore. Your future wants you to be more firmly grounded and rooted in life right now, in the third dimension, as a whole person, true for who you are, not carrying these burdens. and moving forward to where whatever is haunting you no longer has the space to even, I'm saying this like I'm seeing it, occupy the room that you are in. Like it's literally physical space for you that is actually safe. A whole lot of that kind of stuff. Okay, your last card, group 1, is this changes card. I feel like, again, there's a tone in your reading where this what's coming toward you feels a little bit contradictory. Like you are the little bit of the risk taker or the rebel. You will go out on a limb to do what is right, kind of a thing. We can all resonate with that. And so then this might feel like a little bit of an unraveling of what is true for you. Like it shows kind of like the petals or the leaves of the flower of life is being kicked up by the wind. For a lot of you, this might feel like you're being carried to an alternate version or an alternate timeline, an alternate version of you. It might feel a little bit strange and foreign or unfamiliar. But like we were saying, this is what is truly good for you in terms of health. But yeah, group 1, we are through with your reading. That is what we have for you. I felt like this was hard to grasp at for some reason, or I just feel like we were trying to get a whole lot in just something very simple that's coming to you. Like if I could summarize your reading, what's coming towards you is a better work situation or like better finances, more responsible and stable finances. Like now at the end of your reading, after like 20 minutes of talking, that's it, better financial structure. Done. But it's like all this other shit. It's psychological and emotional and spiritual. Okay. Healthier times ahead. If you like this reading, thumbs up, subscribe, let us know in the comments, all that good stuff. Check out the links in the description of this video. I have a group that you can hang out in with me. It's safe space. We can play around with reading for each other. I have a book. It's full of tarot spreads, ebook and paperback. And then I also do private readings. So, oh, and I said I'm on TikTok, so there you go. Those are the links. I'm done. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember that we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 2. You all were drawn to this lobster card with the words shedding the old. So these are your messages all about what is coming toward you. And I do have to say that I'm getting the vibe of you're about to experience like non-harmful relationships, primarily one, probably a few. And in that kind of a way, it will gift you also the secondary experience of being able to shed the harms of the past, Like it's kind of like the things that tend to truly heal us are when we experience kind of the polar opposite of what truly did harm us, what traumatized us. What is coming toward you is those kinds of things, the polar opposite of the trauma. And in that kind of way, through the experience of these positive relationships, you will be able to shed more of the old. And I kept hearing, before I hit record, I kept hearing the horrible thing. And I hate saying it, but maybe it'll bring a little bit of humor into this. And I still hate saying it, but it's like the quickest way to get over someone is to get under someone. I don't know if that applies. If you guys have been in a bit of like a sexual drought, we're talking about like not just like blow your socks off kind of sexual charge up. We're talking about like, yo, this was like a nice thing, like a quality exchange here sexually. Like this is a really like good thing to experience, like a healthy, healing kind of sexual experience. But okay, there is a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. So this is giving me the vibe of do be open. I just started posting like mostly relationship readings on TikTok, and quite a few of the comments have been like, I'm done with love, I've shut it off, like, no, I'm not trying anymore kind of energy. And I don't blame people. Fuck no, I don't blame people. Shit is a war zone out there sometimes, literally. Yeah, so then your card is kind of genuinely drawing out the potential of, do give it a shot this go around. and see what is possible. Like, don't completely wall off your heart space kind of vibes. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. I feel you all, when it comes to relationships, you might be in a space where you're trying, oh, you guys got an extra card, that's interesting, where you're trying to kind of like ensure make sure everything is good before you kind of even engage. For a lot of you, this is a romance reading, or at least like, you know, sexually experiential reading. With the Nine of Swords, it feels like you probably have like a checklist of these are all the red flags. And if anything even remotely close to this red flag shows up, I'm cutting it off. Just feeling like that might be the tone, but let's see a little bit more. We have Two of Swords. You're definitely in that mode of, do you see in the background it says, is that your final choice? Yes or no? Two of Swords is a card where we're mentally challenging ourselves to take the pause, weigh our options before we make the conclusions, see whether or not we're in alignment with somewhere, something, a choice. Then we have King of Wands. I don't know, this does feel very much so like it's in alignment with your pursuit of your goals and dreams for the future. Yeah. It feels like it's time. It's time for you to experience better relationship. Now, for quite a few of you, the fact that the King of Wands has shown up, this might be a relationship that is in direct correlation with financial prospects, financial power, financial potentials. Like, you know, a business or a clientele, healthy relationships with your clients or your customers, or like a business partner. We also have King of Swords. I'm gonna do this second card, and then we have Seven of Discs. I feel like we're dealing with, what you all need to be aware of what's coming towards you are people who are driven, responsible, maybe have their own thing going on, quite determined to go toward their own goals. You know, I have to say, like, a little bit of an aside here, a little bit of a vulnerable share is like one of the worst relationships that I ever had romantically was with someone who like had no goals. Not that that mattered to me, but it stood out, and it was very confusing because I didn't understand like how to arrange life with that person. Like, they could never identify what their goals for the future were. Yeah, it's gonna be somebody who has their own goals. They may or may not align with yours, but we've got the King of Swords here, and I can also let you know that this person or these people will be honest, truthful. They'll regard truth as something, truth and honorable communication as something strikingly important at all phases or all levels of any kind of relationship. We have Seven of Discs. And then we also have Eight of Discs. For you all, I feel like we're dealing with people who might be used to being alone and or working alone as well. They might be used to being out of office or working remotely or working on their own projects. You might be dealing with people who are digital nomads in certain kinds of ways. Also people who have their own hustles or multiple streams of income. And again, we've got this energy of this has a high likelihood of turning into something of a financial potential for you all. And then we also have the World card. And I do need to say, again, shedding the old, there's the energy in your reading of what is coming toward you, or at this point, I need to say who is coming towards you, has the potential of drawing to a positive conclusion, a whole era or chapter of your life. Like when you wore the old skin in your situation. You know, we're coming to a close. We're definitely shedding the old. Then we have Nine of Discs. That's something really nice. It's giving me the vibes of like one of the most positive things in the world is to have relationships where it's like two or, you know, more people who treat each other and themselves as equals and choose with free will to connect with each other and kind of like walk the path or the journey of life, kind of standing side by side and see where it goes. The Nine of Discs is you. It's you as a result of these more positive relationships, these more positive outcomes. Again, there's something about finances and there's something about the potential here for it to be very positive for you. At this point, I'm also picking up on the Seven of Discs, Eight of Discs. If this is romance, like one or the other of you will have different kinds of means of income. One will be doing much more of the 9 to 5, a regular work thing that they've been doing for a really long period of time. And the other might be like much more freelance, much more of the multiple streams of income, much more devotional to learning something new, something like that. But it's leading all people involved, both people involved, to be better suited as individuals in the material world, healthier and more financially prosperous. So, okay, balance. May you find equilibrium in motion. And then we also have expansive. May you connect to the whole. I'm supposed to do all four. I missed. Oh my God, hold on. Faith, may trust steady your fears, and then reveal, may openness lead you to connection. Okay, what I'm gathering, oh, sorry, I just thought that there was a knock on my door. They're doing construction on my street this week, so it's been crazy. Right, hold on. That fits with your reading a little bit, the fact of the cards and all that kind of stuff. The process of this is gonna be like, you know, as messy as it needs to be, as messy as it wants to be. You could have someone come into your life who it like confuses you at first. You know, that Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and like how I said, it's like you have your list of red flags or something like that. This person might like bump up against a red flag, but then do like 5 green ones, and you're like, I don't know, kind of energy. But I feel like the whole entire thing, it might be messy, so balance, you know, equilibrium in motion. Do continue to see what can be gained. Expansive, have like a broader picture of what is to come. Like there's great potential here. Faith, may trust steady your fears, you know, trust in these messages, in this reading, trust that now is a great time for you to shed the old and potentially be open enough to experience, you know, something that would be healing. And then may openness lead you to connection. That's exactly what we're talking about. Just, it's not going to be easy. When we've walled off our hearts, we can tend to see, it's giving me the vibes of like an animal who's been very mistreated, but then finds its way into like an animal refuge or recovery center or something like that. It's going to snap at and, you know, attack and hide from its caregivers. Yeah, all of us, when we're in fear mode, we'll all do that to all of us, and we'll still experience things that are actually quite safe. We'll experience them as if they aren't. It's going to take its time. All you need to do is kind of, you know, trust, stay open, stay big picture, you know, realize that the future doesn't have to hold any tones of the past. There might be similar resonances or frequencies, like, you know, if you're heterosexual, like you're a man and you've been very burnt by a woman, you're still heterosexual, the next partner that will come around is probably going to be a woman. You're going to be like, women, like, you know, do be open, like, you know, you're still heterosexual. But yeah, this is a process. That's what all these messiness of these cards coming out wanted to say. We also have Eon of Excess. And that's what I do feel like. I feel like with the World card here and the Nine of Discs and everything we said about finances, and then the benefit of people both having goals for the future, it's almost as if you're in this portal or this gateway. Gateway is a much more appropriate way of saying it. There's something new for you all on the horizon. And so then why not walk through the gateway? Why not see what's on the other side? Why not experience this kind of a relationship? Even if it is another one that falls apart, you'll still learn. It's still supposed to be something that's like helping you shed the old. And then we have the orchestrator. If you don't mind, I am gonna look in the book just for some, I don't know, I feel like the orchestrator has some clues for us. Create opportunities for abundance. Okay, that's kind of all I needed to say or see. Everything that we're talking about here, for some reason, it feels like this is going to be mutually beneficial for finances. You are not at the whim of the universe. You are the universe, and through your actions, all wealth flows. Act differently than you have ever acted before. This time with more confidence and more assuredness of your ability to create the wealth you desire. Wealth legitimately in all of its forms. I'm on TikTok now. If you guys want more kind of relationship-y readings, I'm doing those mostly on TikTok. But watching TikTok at first, when I got on it, it was showing me like people posting about their very positive partnerships in love and you know, that kind of stuff. And people in the comments for those posts would be like, I want to be your form of rich. I want to be wealthy like this. You know? Okay, your next two cards, we have beauty. Here's another nudge to that kind of confidence energy. I do think it's really intriguing that this red matches the red on the card, and I do feel like it is to your benefit, beautiful ones, to really pay attention to the truth of other people's perceptions of you. Hold on, if you guys are tarot readers, is this in it? Hold on. I don't know if I can find it right now. Oh wait, I did, right as I gave up. Don't give up on love, you guys. Look, if you want to do this tarot reading, I severely recommend it. This is how are you being perceived right now by others. There's something in this. When I started to do tarot readings for myself, I would always kind of veer away from the ones that are like, this is why you're hot or something like that, until I started to be like, wait, what are people thinking and feeling about me? And then it was just constantly reflected back to me, these kinds of truths that were like dramatically more positive than my own ideas of self-worth. Like I was evaluating myself so much lower than how the world around me was perceiving me. What I feel like it might be a little bit beneficial for you guys to do something like that kind of a reading, or to just like take some time right now in your life to pay attention to your interactions, pay attention to how other people perceive you, really, really sensitize to that. It's not useful to walk around in the world without an accurate awareness of that. And then we also have success. If we didn't hone in on that whole wealth thing enough, it says success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. Again, with that King of Swords. Integrity and honor in our communications, in the way that we work, and in our goals moving forward. I'm getting your last card, group 2, but how do we feel about this? Again, this is like different than what you have experienced as people who do want to communicate well, you know, in all forms. It's healthy sexuality. It's like, let's have honor with each other. Let's mutually benefit each other, even if we're like, you know, in totally different work modes or companies. There we go. We're just hammering this home, group 2, with your last card of do be aware. Like, what the heck are you doing? Hold on, I don't want to stop your reading. Again, they're doing construction on my street, and today they're directly in front of my house. They're changing up a pole that holds up power lines. I hate that this is interrupting the very end of your reading. They've been very nice, but they I don't want to tell you the whole thing, but I thought that they were just knocking on the door, but I feel like they're knocking on the house itself. Anyway, you are light. That's it, I'm done with your reading, and then I'm gonna go see what the fuck they're doing. You are light pay attention to that for right now. There's something also about, in order to like receive, something about insecurity. In order to receive like who we can truly match up with and you know, who we can truly gel well with, we have to be able to feel worthy of those kinds of things. So it feels like right now, while you're watching this reading, start working on that whole like you are light, you are beautiful kind of like self-worthiness, self-love kind of thing. I am constantly working on that all the time. Like, you know, work on that with me, okay? Work on that with all of us. And then that just helps usher this whole thing in for us, you know, for you. Yes, but I said us because what benefits you all group 2 will indirectly, inevitably benefit me. If you're doing better, the world will be doing better, I'll be doing better, you know? With relationships especially. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go look at what they're doing outside. The dude, Nick, they told me, they knocked on my door twice and they're like, so we hit a water line and there's leakage all over your front yard. I'm like, cool. So regardless, gonna go check on that. We'll see what it is. You guys can like, subscribe, let us know anything you think and feel in the comments that you want to. I already mentioned my book. This is the paperback version. I love my book. I genuinely use it at this point almost every day because I've gotten a little bit busy, but it is genuinely one of my favorite self-devotional, ritualistic, healing things to do tarot for myself. And at this point, I've been doing a little bit of bibliomancy, where I take the book like this, and then I'm like, this one. Whoa. And I'll do this spread for myself on any given day. But I also have the ebook version, which you can't really do that with. I don't know, maybe you could like set it to like scroll the pages very quickly and then stop it. Something like that. Either way, if you want the book, purchase it. Links in the description of this video. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember that we are all free and we are also all connected, always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 3. You all were drawn to this Unexplained Wonder card. So these are your messages about what's coming toward you. And I need to let you know that you're going to have a period of time where things are going to go either extremely smoothly for you or gonna go your way in terms of like wishes very much so being fulfilled. And I feel like this period of time is something very significant for you, almost to where like you already know what, okay, you might have something on the horizon that you're aware of that you'll need to like face, or a test or something like that, like an event, and you're preparing for it now, and then you're just like kind of like fingers crossed that it goes well. Or it's giving me the vibe of like how we as adults will pray to our various things that we pray to, and we'd be like, please let this go my way, please let this go well. Or it's also giving me the vibes of like little children praying to Santa. Well, I mean, like we don't pray to Santa, but we pray to Santa. Praying to Santa like, I'll do a million chores. I swear I'll be good if I just get this gift for Christmas. This one gift, it means everything to me. This thing that's coming towards you feels like it's whatever that is for you. Like if you've got something that's on the horizon or something that you're truly clued in on, as in like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what this is coming towards you. What you pray for, what you wish for. It says magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. Oh, I didn't even read that. All your prayers are answered now. Yay, Santa. Let's get your tarot cards for this, yo. And that is a unicorn tang. Wait. Yeah, unicorn tang. I could look it up in the book. I don't want to. I used to know more about fish. Now I just don't care as much right now. Okay, hold on. Let me get your tarot cards. I mentioned that because, you know, unicorns, like magical. Let's see a bit more specifically about this. Like maybe anything that you need to be aware of or anything that you need to do, like literally writing a letter to Santa or requesting from your ancestors support, anything. Let's see. The Chariot. And then we also have the King of Swords. It feels like I'm hearing positive movement equals positive support and positive structure surrounding you. I don't know what that means specifically for each and every one of you, because I can almost think of way too many examples. So do apply that to your wish and your situation. Positive movements, all around, movements in thought, movements in your behaviors, movements in what you are trying right now, movements in the way you physically are moving. We also have the Devil, and then we have the Tower. Look at that, these two cards together. It's like anything and everyone who would be working against your success, your prayer being answered, your blessing, your miracle would be exploded by the powers outside of you that you don't have to even worry about, kind of idea. Like whoever the antagonists are, whoever, you know, those villainous energies are or whatever, like whoever is your opponent, like you don't have to worry about them. Just worry about that physical movement success pattern that we just discussed. Just worry about that and then move forward from there. Anything outside of you that could like grab at you or hold you down or keep you from this blessing is kind of going to be taken care of and taken out of your situation in ways that you won't have anything to do with and you don't have to really worry about at all. You can't determine anything with that. You can't control that. So don't even try to. Just do you, just improve you kind of thing and have faith, you know? And then we have 6 of Cups and we have Page of Discs. And I feel like this is talking about the future. After you experience whatever this blessing or wish fulfillment or, you know, this win that we might be talking about here, whatever this is for you, I feel as if more is to come in like further future. These 2 cards are talking about the very near future after you have this experience. I think that you're supposed to rest in how good it will feel for a period of time. 6 of Cups, it feels like play around with this energy. It's genuinely giving me those vibes of, you know, on Christmas morning, after all of the gifts are open, how good is the rest of the day when you're a kid and you get to play with every single toy or every single thing that you unwrapped and you opened. All of it, any of it, like it's your fresh new gift. I don't know, the way my family used to do it when I was a kid is like the whole rest of the day was calm. Like we would have Christmas dinner, but like, you know, otherwise we would just eat like sweet treats and Christmas cookies all day and then just like play and just be calm and cool. That's what it feels like. And it feels like the second thing that wants to come out about this is when you're existing in that kind of calm, cool, like this is fucking delightful. That feeling of playing with your gifts. When you exist in that for like even a day, the experience of that kind of changes your vibration, changes your frequency, and more is to come that will be positive, miraculous, lucky, beneficial as a result of that. Like things growing on things that are growing on things, you know? It's just you need this kind of a miracle boost. You need this. That's why you're praying to Santa. I don't know why I keep going to Santa. Let's see more. We have receive. Yeah, receive. May you know you are worthy of the gift. That's this whole Chariot, King of Swords. I forget what we channel. It's something about movement and support. Yeah, that's kind of all you need to do. And know that you're worthy of such a you know, a little period of time where it does come true for you. Things do go your way. You do win kind of a thing. And then we also have decide. May you navigate with purpose. That is a perfect card to go right over the Chariot. You have choices and you have options here. If you're dealing with something very antagonistic, which the Devil does remark upon often, if you're dealing with something very antagonistic, it can usually have us all humans hyper focus on and hyper fixate on that antagonistic force. This is the hardest thing for us to do. And what was the Disney movie with George Clooney that didn't necessarily do very well, and I'm forgetting the name of, but it had a little bit of this kind of thing in the plot energy where humans, we like recreate our reality, right? So like, what are we focused on? Are we all right now collectively focused on the calamity of our world? Then we're going to create more calamity kind of idea. It doesn't always work exactly like that, but whatever. There's something like, with this decide, may you navigate with purpose. The Chariot is here to say, you do you move in the direction toward positive for you, in your directions, with your decisions, with your purpose. You do that. You do not need to concern yourself with all the devil energy. You don't have to deal with what might be stressing you. You don't have to like fix their problems. You don't have to like fix the enemy or heal the villain. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. Just stay in your lane, concentrate on you, build you up, do whatever that is that we said with the Chariot and the King of Swords. And then we also have Wild, may you express all that you are. And then we have Shine, may you be a lighthouse. Hold on. There's something about everything that I said about that, those blissful childhood memories. I have shitty childhood memories too, but that's for a different reading that I'll share with you later. With my blissful ones of those Christmas days. That was me expressing all that I was after receiving those unexplained wonders of Christmas gifts when you're a kid. That was me being wild with my new blessings, my new miracles, my prayers being answered, It's like, oh, you got what you wanted for Christmas. And then the Shine thing is what was coming through with the Page of Discs. It's like play, and then from there, because you're shining more than you are even aware of, more will come to you. May you be a lighthouse. More is going to be attracted. More is going to come to you. Different potentials, different opportunities. Your next two cards, we have the Monarch. And then we also have Prosperous Overflow. I'm going to look at the book for what the Monarch is talking about, because I feel like it might be discussing a little bit more about this King of Swords energy, who that character is in your life. Could be Santa. But the Prosperous Overflow thing is what we're talking about with the Lighthouse, the Page of Discs. One thing leads to another. You need a miracle right now. As hard as that is, like, I don't know, I'm an Aries, and I like to think at least that, I can do it. I'll force my way to something, and I'll do it all myself kind of energy. There's something about like, do your part, do whatever it is that you're doing, but this kind of stuff will happen without you having to force it. Like, it's coming through, it's a miracle. And then more overflow. Okay, the Monarch, it says, innate value and deservingness, regal confidence. It is your destiny to wholeheartedly embrace the greatness within you. When you do so, abundance in all forms, riches, adoration, influence will be magnetized to you. Okay, annoyingly it's saying the same thing, and I don't know if it's saying a whole lot about who that King of Swords character is, but I still have a few more cards. That is repeating what we were just saying. We have new beginnings, butterfly. Let this magic in my, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. The fact that it's like magic, and again, your unexplained wonder, and the spell of our prayers, the letters to Santa, clear the space in which I dwell for a period of time. Once you receive the space in which you dwell, the rest of Christmas Day will have more magic in it and will be clear for these kinds of draw-in, attraction, abundance kinds of energies. And then we have victory. What are we saying? This is your win. Whatever this devil thing is, the tower is going to be like blasted, it's like, no, you got nothing. Stay away from group 3, leave them alone. You're not going to have to worry about it, but you are going to experience some kind of an achievement, success, wish fulfillment, a true positive outcome. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. That's such a nice sentiment, but I'm going to get your last card before I send you on your way, group 3, to whatever this ends up being for you, to your glorious win that proves to be something even more positive and beneficial for you in the future. Here you go. Guiding light post frequency here. What's your honest truth? I forget what we channeled at first when these first 2 tarot cards came out. Whoever or whatever that King of Swords energy is in your life, it's dependent upon your honest truth. So embody it, support it, embolden yourself to exist in it, and just keep going. That's it. You know, if you make a pledge to the gods, then, stick to your commitments, and there you go. It's all going to work out. You have a miracle coming. And yeah, okay, that's it. It feels nice and gentle to end your reading on. But group 3, if this reading helped, like, subscribe, let us know in the comments. Lots of links in the description of this video. I host a group once a month. It's coming up soon. I host it on the last Saturday of every month. We meet together over Zoom and we practice reading for each other. It's $11 to sign up. You can do tarot, you can use your own intuition, you can use psychic gifts, you can use oracle, you can use scrying, bibliomancy, anything. We meet together and we read for each other. So show up with a question because the other readers in the Zoom will read for you. So it's super valuable on all ways. So check out the link to read more about it or to sign up. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember that we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans in group 4. You guys were drawn to the otter with the words keeping it in check. So these are your messages about what is coming toward you. And I'm hearing that it's going to be an experience, maybe attending some kind of an event. It's carrying the tone of, experiential travel, music, festival kinds of vibes. But the details of further describing what this is that's coming towards you is the ability to do this experience where you get to let loose, feel like who you are, feel wild, fresh, move your body freely, exist like that for a moment in a space and time, and having that not be doing a reckless thing for you. Not like taking a chance and, spending everything in your savings to go to Cabo or something like that. No, it's not reckless to do this. It will be very held well, maybe controlled kind of, that's not a good word. Held well, structured, supported to where you get to do this and it doesn't hurt your finances. It doesn't take away from everything that you've structured and stabilized, supported in your life. You do this, it'll feel wonderful because of that. Okay, it says, pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. I feel like in a lot of ways, you all are living a life where there are those kinds of restrictions. You gotta be practical, or you've got some kind of domineering presence or tone in your life that's compelling you to kind of be more practical than what your true nature desires. What is coming towards you is an experience to where you can exist far more in the tone of your true nature for a period of time and not have it kind of trigger whoever or whatever that domineering force is. It's just very scheduled, very organized. I will be going wild at this music festival during this time, and that is fine. Kind of vibes. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. I don't know, you guys strike me as a group of people who would much rather exist in this kind of energy. Empress is much more of that kind of feminine, prosperous, abundant, caring, nurturing, the universe will provide, kind of vibrant, creative, portal of life kind of thing. Whereas the Emperor is something that brings structure and support and organization to that. Sometimes the structure, support, and organization can be very excruciatingly stifling. What we've got going on for you all, it feels like, is that structure and support is something that truly allows that Empress part of you to be expressed. Can you guys hear that? I'm so sorry. Group 3 had to hear a little bit of this. This week they're doing construction on my street. They're putting in new power poles. Today, the power pole is going directly in front of my house. So they're sawing something right now. I'm gonna keep recording because I'm super channeling for you guys and I'm into it, but hopefully that's not too annoying of a noise. Maybe I'll stop. Should I stop? I'll stop. Okay, beautiful ones, they're done with that. It wasn't a saw. They're really nice people. They're cleaning up a mess. Anyway, back to your reading and talking about this beautiful container of energy, where you will be safe to be much more of that kind of like free self, wild self, expansive, free moving self. Let's get more specific with the tarot. We do have Queen of Cups, and I feel like there's been emotional scarcity in your situation, and what is coming towards you is emotional awareness. First and foremost, emotional sensitivity and emotional inclusion. Empress, that wasn't about it. It's been like a half hour. I had to wait. The Empress is on the bottom of the deck, I remember. And that is a part of it. The Empress is all the queens combined, and it feels like there was some kind of missing energy in order for you to be able to take part in an experience like this, an event like this. And it required that kind of like, you know, like how a parent acknowledges when their kid, like, if you stay responsible, all right, you can go out with your friends to that party over the weekend, kind of a thing. There's something about, like, you know, with emotional sensitivity, we can have an awareness of when things like what you're, you know, being invited into with this thing that's coming toward you, you know, like when it's a good thing to allow and support. It's carrying that kind of a tone. 6 of Cups, this might be very familial. You all might be, you know, that kind of a partner, spouse, you know, parent kind of energy, or even like the kid that I just said, who really needs this. And it would be the family understanding that you require this kind of certain kind of experience once in a while in your life. Like, it's healthy for you. You can't be so rigidly structured all the time. In fact, the rigid structure is there intentionally to supposed to like support, you know, free movement. We have Strength, and then we also have Page of Discs. And here I feel like we're getting a little bit more clues as to where this is coming from. I feel like it might come in an offer or a gift of support, or through an exchange with somebody who cares a whole lot for you, or some energy outside of you that is determined to see you kind of through, I'm hearing these words, through a rough patch, so that you can get to, you know, a healthier, positive kind of future. That's what I'm hearing. Like, this Page of Discs, it's also letting me know that maybe this might be gifted to you, co-contributed to, supported for you. Like, somebody pays for this for you to happen. Or maybe, I mean, it's not saying it just yet in the cards, but maybe this is also you like winning something, like in a raffle or something like that. But Page of Discs feels like it's something that's on offer for you. And that's why this is showing up in a reading of what's coming towards you. Like, hey, do you want to do this? We'll support you to be able to do it. This Strength card, it just really feels as if it's coming from some kind of loving energy outside of you that really does well when you are thriving. And likewise, probably for you, for them. And then we have the Star. And then we have 9 of Discs. Look at how kind of similar these two cards are. The whole intention of this experience happening is because there's something that you need to go through that will help you to feel better. You know, help you to be in 9 of Discs territory. Like, this is a big statement. I don't know if I'm actually accurate in it, but I feel like the whole world would do a whole lot better if every single individual was in Nine of Pentacles mode of existence, you know, like material world health as an individual, material world sense of belonging as an individual, you know, wealth and prosperity, and feeling that kind of sacred protection kind of energy and sacred like blossoming kind of material world support. But yeah, to summarize, what's coming towards you is for you to be held, you know, as someone who is important, you held like that, and you being gifted probably some kind of this kind of experience where the act of going to that music festival or going out on Saturday or doing whatever this ends up being, taking the trip or whatever, taking an art class, and your partner is going to do the dishes instead. You go do the art class one night a week kind of a thing is going to put you into that mode that's like star card energy. You feeling clear, you feeling energized, you feeling like hopeful for the future. Again, there's that little energy about the future. It's like, let's get you going so that you can sense that the future is a positive thing to look forward to. There's a tone to this that's like that. But okay, let's see a little bit more. We have bliss. Yep. May you feel deeply and transcend. Again, with that Queen of Cups, I feel like there is an energy outside of you that's feeling deeply and therefore supporting you. But also with the star energy, we do want you to be feeling quite good. And then the transcend, the experience is supposed to transcend that kind of stifling energy that can happen when we have too much structure, too much order, too much rigidity. We have to transcend that for a period of time. We need you to experience bliss. And then we have balance. May you find equilibrium in motion. I feel like this has come out for at least one of the other groups, maybe two of the other groups. I don't know. I had to take a long pause. It's not in my memory anymore. Yeah, may you find equilibrium in motion. Again, with that nod to the future, there's something that's a little bit out of balance for you that needs to be encouraged or tweaked so that you can vibrate higher, feel more prosperous. Soothed, may you settle gently even as the wave breaks above, and then accept. May you receive what is as it comes. How good are you all, group 4, at receiving this kind of support? And or if you guys are definitely in hermit mode, solo mode in certain kinds of ways, how good are you all at giving yourselves this kind of a gift, this kind of support? I did it for myself, not this summer, but last summer. I gifted myself like a random trip, and it was everything that was good for me in that moment in time, like the healthiest. I said when I returned, my neighbor, she picked me up from the airport, and I was like, that was probably the healthiest thing I could have done for myself. So there's the energy with these two things of like, soothe whatever you feel like would tell you not to do this, and accept the reality of this is probably the healthiest thing for you. Next, your cards, prosperous prayer. And then we also have breath of abundance. Whether you are aware of it or not, like there's something in your energy field that is projecting this kind of alignment for something like this to come to you. It's like whether you're like consciously aware of it or not. I'm like doing my hands like hers. There. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, like you're murmuring this through your energy, through your behaviors, through your stance, through your objectives. You're just like kind of crying out for something like this to occur. So like, and then the fact that it says breath of abundance, I feel like this is kind of like a light kind of a song that's carried on the wind from you to the world around you. So then we've got this, you know, answer to that prayer. Like, you know, a soft, gentle, caring answer to your probably subconscious prayer of, I really do need an experience like this. I do need to cut loose, and I do need it to not hurt me. You know, I'm staying on that rigid stability, but I do need this kind of thing as healthy for me. So then Here we go. We've got this niceness occurring for you guys. And then your next two cards, imagination. Imagination now sets me free. You're going to walk into this, I don't know, this is coming towards you. You don't have to do it, but it's coming towards you, to do this. I see you guys doing it, but you're going to do this experience that will genuinely feel as if it sets you free. And it is working with much more of those kinds of feminine, emotive, creative, imaginal kinds of experiences. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Again, we got that tone of like the prosperous prayer. Whether you are aware of it or not, whether you are overtly asking for this, it's on the wind. It's on the wind, okay? It's coming to you. There was a little bit of that thing with my travel 2 summers ago. It involved coordinating last minute, like with a whole lot of people. A lot of synchronous things happen. It was like a little bit crazy how like it just lined up and it was just kind of too easy. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing it, kind of a thing. And then we have fertility. Again, the nod to the future and how prosperous, positive, abundant it can be. There's been a little bit too much stagnant energy inside of you. Let's get you flowing. Let's get you moving, This is why people recreate. This is why people do leisure, and do our creative activities that matter more to us than almost anything. Let all take root, seed, and sprout. Let new life be all about. In your world, in your lives right now, group 4, I know you all are working on something that you're determined will bear fruit and will have some kind of a bountiful, prosperous harvest. Like this little, is that a girl? Is it supposed to be a woman? I don't know, this thing, person. Maybe it's an angel. I don't know this. It's holding figs. You've been working on something. You've been pretty I think the structure, that emperor kind of energy, I think again, you don't want to let go of it. It's like we literally all want to be raised and held well. Even as adults, we want to be held well by caring, nurturing, supportive, open and aware parents, the ones that will really give us that kind of structure so that we can build and we'll feel protected and safe and organized. And also, we need the freedom to go out on Saturday night with our friends, we need a little bit of trust like that. So yeah, there is still the nod to the future. It will be beneficial. It will be prosperous for you. That will still be there when you get back from whatever this event or thing is. Don't worry, but we're working on that vibrancy. We need more of this kind of water movement kind of energy inside of you. But okay, last card. Bravely market your magic. All right. All right. There's something about this coming toward you. I feel like we're repeating this over and over again, where you all are doing something to kind of bring something to fruition. You're determined, right? So bringing something to market, sort of. If that tracks for you guys, you're getting a product ready, you're getting a harvest ready, you have future plans and you're working on them, There's something about the bravery to still take on that magical aspect. It's making me think of a post that I saw on TikTok like a month ago, where it was a woman who was talking about how she started to create these wavy, unique, strange candles. And then that caught on through social media. And then she was talking about how many ways she's been able to grow her business. But her whole video on TikTok was about how drained her magic is, how much the business part of it, and she is success, a total success, but how much that business aspect completely, the joy of doing it, the creative spark of doing it. Now she's just doing it. Something about this, we got to work on the magic part of it, Okay, this symbol is making me think of a Merkaba, even though it isn't. It's also making me think of the symbol for alchemy, even though it isn't. But it's the give and take, the structure and the support, and then the flexibility and the mobility. But okay, that's it. That's what we have for you all, group 4. If this reading worked and it hit someplace good for you, let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, check out the links in the description of this video. My TikTok, I'm posting on TikTok now. That's linked down below. And then also if you guys want a private reading, link down below. Sending you on your way. Please remember that we are all free. We are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hey, lovely human people. Oops. Okay. You guys are here at this point in the reading because you're curious about any of the decks that I just used. So here they are, and I'm showing them to you. Hold on. Well, you don't have to. Oh my God. Why do we even talk at this part of the reading? I'm so like, words don't make sense anymore. These are the decks, and here they are in the order that I use them in. This Oracle deck, and then I'm just gonna put these back in the box. This is the last Oracle deck that I use. I got 1 card each for us, and it's Sacred Creators. Okay, I love you. Bye.